I'm going to show you guys today how to make a web test. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find online web tests. It's on the side over here at the bottom. Click on that. The first thing you want to do is hit Add Web Test. So once you add the web test, you can set the name of the web test. So I'm going to do Biology 1 Genetics. So if you want any special instructions, you can put those here. You can bold them, you can center them, however you wish. You can put a picture in, any of those things. Now the other things you want to do is scroll down to the bottom. You can set the total number of points that are available on your test. If you choose all like multiple answers, or true and false, or multiple choice, or single choice, I guess is what it's called here, then Renweb will grade your test for you, and then you can import those into your gradebook. So that makes things a little bit easier. You'll select how many questions you want. I'm going to say there's 15. I don't really remember how many I want. You can always change all of these things later. You want to set your date that you want students to be able to test or start taking the test, and I'm going to select this for 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I am going to allow them to take it on 2 different days. And they can have until 6 p.m. So this is going to be a test. You can actually change these to be practice, homework, quiz, however you want it to be. This is going to be a test, so I'm going to leave it as a test. Later in the week, I'm going to have students read an article and type in their opinion, a summary of the article, and if this article is applicable to their life. And I think I'm going to do it through parents or homework. Online homework like this. You can have it password protected, so you can give the password to the students and only students with the password can take it, but I've never done that before. And then here is the other thing you can do. You can say how long students will have to take this test. So I'm going to say 35 minutes if they know what they're doing. In 35 minutes, that is a little more than 2 minutes per question, and I think that should be acceptable. You can have show results when finished. Or you can share this with anyone. That's really up to you. I do not like to show the results when finished because I don't want the students to know whether their answers were right until everyone has taken the test. So if this were like homework assignment, I would probably show them their answers so that way they could just validate whether they were right or not. But for a test, I do not show that. And then down at the bottom is you would save, oh my, sorry guys, I'll just do this. You will save your test configurations. Okay, so then the next thing you can do is scroll down a little further and you can start to edit your test questions. So what you do there, here, give me a moment. Is you would just type in your questions. I already have questions typed out, so I'm just going to paste them in, hopefully. So there are my questions. I do not want this to be an essay question. I want it to be a single choice question. Actually, I want this to be a multiple choice question. So this means that the students can select more than one answer. Okay, and so what you do then is you go to underneath your question. The square is for multiple answers. So answer number 1 is going to be capital E, and hit enter. The second option will be big E, little e, and then our third option is going to be 2 little e's. All right. So we have a woman with a heterozygous genotype. That's there. We can select 2 as being the correct answer. And then a man with homozygous recessive, so little e, little e. So I will select that answer there. When I'm finished with that, I will make sure my points are correct, how many points I want this to be worth. I'm going to go with 5 for now, and I might change that later, and then I'm going to hit save the question. So that question is saved, and I'm free to start my next question. That is all I'm going to show you at this point. If you want to go, actually I will show you one other one, because this right here, this is for if you have multiple answers. This one, this little box right here, the circle with the center filled in, is going to be if you only have one answer. So that would be a single choice. And a lot of times I will do this as a true and a false, because there's really not another way to do a true and false. And then I will put my question above that. Once again, you can select your answers being true or false, and the computer will grade it for you. So that is beneficial. Hit save, and then you are finished. So when you get all your questions in, you would want to go return to web configuration. All your questions will be over here to the right. You can actually, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can, you'd want to save your test configuration. It is not, you can go back and edit it at this point. But you can preview the test, so that'll show you what the questions look like for students, and then just, next. So there are those. You can also, on your questions, you can insert you can insert a picture. Sorry guys, my brain is a little crazy today. I feel like it's very distracted. So you can go back to edit questions, and you can insert a photo or a table if you would want to do a table by putting this little button here, and you can attach the URL. Or you can just copy and paste your image into your question box, which I did for some of the questions for my test yesterday that I wrote. You can insert symbols or special characters. You can bold, italicize, underline, strike through any text. You can change the size of your font. You can change your colors if you so desire, your styles, font, all those things. So those are all options, and then when you are finished, the computer will automatically assign the test based on how you set the parameters down here. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know.